Hey guys, today's review is about two Harnds knives that I got from Fasttech. And for those of you that watched my previous review on the Harnds knife, you'll remember that I was like extremely happy with the quality of the knife and the way it deployed and basically everything about the knife. And I mentioned during my review that I would try to get a couple of more that I like, which are the Harnds Nyx and the Harnds Blazer. So here they are. I finally got them. Fasttech was out of stock for a while on the Blazer, but they finally got it back in stock. So I jumped on it and I got both the Blazer and the Nyx. So first one is the Nyx. That's this one. For those familiar with Kershaw, you'll notice that basically this one seems to be like a copy of the Kershaw Brawler, which is a speed assist knife. So this one is basically the same thing. That's a spring assisted knife, and you'll see it deploys pretty fast. So basically looks the same as the Kershaw, except the Kershaw is just a plain edge blade. Again, previous comments on the Harnds knife were that the quality and the build quality of the knife and the knife itself was pretty much amazing for the price, and the same applies to basically both of those knives. Quality wise, quality control wise, like this knife is flawless. Blade is dead center. Quality of the materials, although it's not G10, it's some kind of plastic, it's just great. Deployment of the knife is just, you know, this knife is like a $9 knife or something like that, right? So the deployment was not as fast when I got it, but the only thing I did is just drop a couple of drops of oil, play with it, like deploy it like a dozen times, and now it's like fast, right? Really no cons at all about this knife, except maybe one thing is I just don't like the serrated part of the blade. I don't mind combo knives with like half plain edge and half serrated when it makes sense. On a knife this size, I don't think it does. Like there's maybe what, a couple of centimeters of serrated blade here. I don't think it's gonna be more useful. I would have been much happier with this knife if it would have been plain edge all the way. But, you know, I knew that when I bought it. Other than that, guys, there's nothing I can complain about on this knife. Quality wise is great, deployment is great, the knife itself is great. So that's for the Nyx. Now, here comes the monster, the Harnds Blazer. In a couple of words, like, this knife is just huge. I mean, there are some big knives. This is almost like the size of a machete, okay? It's over 10 centimeters long, I think 10.5 centimeters. This is a monster of a knife. I like usually to do comparisons to a knife that a lot of you guys know, which is the Inland EL01. So here's a size comparison. Although it's kind of hard to see on camera, but one is much bigger than the other one. So if I open them up, there you go. Like, I mean, this knife is big, okay? I don't think there would be anyone that would actually like everyday carry this knife. I don't think this knife is meant for everyday carry. It's just like so massive. So that's for the size of it. Now the knife itself. Again, a combo edge knife on this one. So half serrated and half plain edge. On this particular knife, I think it makes more sense to me because like the serrated part is just much longer and it actually can be used for something. There's about, I would say, about 3 centimeters of serrated edge. This knife is built like a tank. Okay, lots of jimping here. Okay, a little bit here, on the back. No blade play whatsoever in any directions. The knife feels heavy on hand. I mean, I have small, like, okay, medium-sized hands, and I mean the knife is almost like too big for my hands. Okay. Lock up about half, which is the way I like it. One thing interesting in this knife is there, like, so the main lock up, which is the liner lock, and then there's a second lock system here. I forgot the name of it, I've read it somewhere, but anyway, basically, so if you push it all the way, then you cannot disengage the liner. Okay, so I guess it's a second protection. Is it useful? Not sure. I don't think I would ever use it, because I mean the lock seems pretty safe to me, but you know, just nice to have on a knife of like $25 or $30 to have an extra feature like this. Quality of the handle is very nice, like the G10 is well done. Nice grip on the knife, very sharp out of the box. Again, guys, so that's basically look at this, the knife, that's the blade, sorry, dead center. It comes with a very nice pouch, a hard pouch actually, very nice for the knife. The reason I bought this knife is, you know, usually I keep all my knives in a nice box or whatnot to keep them around. This one I bought it for my tool bag, basically. I wanted a heavy duty knife that I can just take in my toolbox, and if I need to cut something, to use it, and this will fit the bill just fine. That's exactly what it is for. Okay. You can still deploy it, like, I mean, it's a big knife, right? It's not meant for you to flick it open, but if you use your wrist, you know, on camera it's kind of hard, but anyway, you know, if you stand up and you deploy, you can still deploy it, but anyway, I don't think it makes sense on this knife. It's fairly smooth for a knife this size, right? You can open it up. There you go. So my point being, like, it's a bit of a shame that Harnds doesn't make more models that I like. They have a couple of more, like the Viper and one more, I forgot the name. I just don't like the way they look, but it would be really nice if they would make more models, because so far their quality, for me at least, on the 3 models that I have been top notch. So if you like any one of those, don't hesitate to pick up one of the Harnds knives. Like, their quality is really good. Okay, guys, that's it for this one. Bye.